Right, in this section it asks us to evaluate the trigonometric integral, so we need to know our tricks on this one. On this one it says the integral of cosine to the fifth x over 3. I do know that on this one, if the power of the cosine is odd and positive, we want to save a cosine factor and then convert everything else to sine. So I am going to change this into cosine x over 3, and then this will actually be cosine squared x over 3 cosine squared x over 3. All right, so we're going to convert both of those to their sine counterparts, and please keep in mind that sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So here we go, we're going to have cosine x over 3, and then this will become 1 minus sine squared x over 3, and then this will also be 1 minus sine squared x over 3. And then from here we are going to keep the cosine x over 3. I'm going to distribute this, I'll FOIL it out. I'll get 1 minus 2 sine squared x over 3 plus sine to the fourth x over 3. Right, now I'm going to distribute that cosine to all three parts. So I'll end up getting cosine x over 3 minus, put my 2 out front, I'll have 2 cosine x over 3 sine squared x over 3 plus the integral of cosine x over 3 sine to the fourth x over 3. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, for this first part, the integral of cosine is sine x over 3 times 3. So remember, it's the opposite if you were to take the derivative, very similar to the last problem that we did. Okay, for these ones, I'm going to do a u substitution. So I'm going to get u is equal to, I'm going to actually do my u substitution over here. So we're going to get u is equal to the sine of x over 3. The derivative would be 1/3 cosine x over 3. And so if I look at that, I do have the cosine of x over 3. I'm just missing the 1/3. So a 3 goes out front, which is going to make it a 6. And 1/3, 3 goes out front. Okay, so now I have minus 6, the integral of u squared, plus 3 integral of u to the fourth. And now if I work that out, I'm going to have 3 sine of x over 3 minus, this would be 6/3, which is 2, u to the third, which would be sine cubed x over 3, plus 3/5 sine to the fifth x over 3 plus c. Okay, number 9, the integral of cosine squared theta over 2 d theta. Right, if the power of the cosine is even and positive, we are going to use the half angle identity. And if we recall that cosine squared x is equal to 1 plus cosine 2x all over 2. So that's exactly what we're going to be using. So we are going to have, when I change this one, I will have 1 plus cosine, since it was 2 times whatever angles here, that's actually just going to end up being theta over 2, so that will be nice. And then from here we can split, well actually I think I'll bring that 1/2 out first, and then I'm going to split it at the same time. So the integral of 1 will be theta, so we'll have 1/2 theta plus the integral of cosine is sine, so we'll have plus 1/2 sine theta plus c. All right, problem 10. The integral of the sine cubed 3x and then the cosine to the fourth of 3x. If the power on the sine is odd and positive, we're going to save a sine and convert the rest to cosine. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have the sine. Even though we have an even power, they both have to be even for me to use that even, the half angle identities. So we're going to have sine of 3x, sine squared 3x, cosine to the fourth 3x. All right, so we'll convert the sine squared. So this is now going to be sine 3x, 1 minus cosine squared 3x, cosine to the fourth 3x. All right, first thing that I'm going to do is move this back here just so that I have those two parts together. So I'm going to have 1 minus cosine squared 3x, and then cosine to the fourth 3x, sine 3x. I'm now ready to distribute this to both parts. So now I will get cosine to the fourth 3x, sine 3x minus the integral of cosine to the 6th 3x sine 3x. And I am now ready for a u substitution. I am going to let u equal the cosine of 3x, and so those are the ones that have the powers. Du will be negative 3 sine 3x. So I have the sine of 3x in both problems. I'm just missing the negative 3. So negative 3, that will turn that to a positive 1/3. So I now have negative 1/3 times the integral of u to the 4, and then plus 1/3 integral of u to the 6th. So finishing this up, I'll have negative 1, this would be 1/5, so that will turn into 1/15th, u to the 5th, which would be cosine to the 5th 3x, plus, that would be 1/7 times 1/3, so that's going to be 1/21, u to the 7th, so cosine to the 7 3x plus c.